Welcome to BET Business Executive Tips, a blog created for sharing theory and practices in human resource management, and has been created as per the requirements of the MBA program, offered at London Metropolitan University for the assessment year of 2018-19. We hope that you will find this video to be useful. What is human resource management? If we look at how we interact with the world that surrounds us, it is evident that we are dependent on the products and services that are available out there. For instance, if you want to have some milk, it is more likely that you would go to the nearest store and buy it rather than milking a cow for your requirements. This is just one example. Now, for a moment, just think about how did the carton of milk arrived at the store, and who made it. If you just turn around the carton, you will be able to see the brand name and the name of the company that made it. So, ultimately the carton of milk that you purchased was from an organization. Now, if we look at what an organization is, it is possible to say that they are a collection of people. If we look at a dairy factory which produces hundreds of gallons of milk each day, it is not possible that a single person, or a handful of people can put such an amount of milk into use. So, the factory will need a collection of people such as farmers, drivers to transport milk to the factory, machine operators to function the machines that will process the milk, and other helpers to assist in packaging and finally distributing it. But that's not all. What about the people who sells the milk cartons to the stores? Then there are the finance people who keep records of the money that moves in and out of the business. So, now it is possible to see that an organization is a collection of people, and for organizations to work properly they need people. The debate on whether human resources is actually a resource is something that has been around for some time, and it is only in the recent years that organizations have begun to believe that the people they hire are actually a resource to them. Taylorism is perhaps one of the most oldest studies conducted with regards to this aspect of human resource management, as highlighted in the Journal of Scientific Management under the topic The Principles of Scientific Management, which was published in 2003. In Taylor's work, it was identified that payment or incentives can motivate people to perform. However, this method to motivate your employees is not quite successful as it was back in the 19th century. And it is during this time that production was a key characteristic in global economics, and added to that the needs of people at this time were relatively simple and was easily satisfiable. However, when examining the Taylor's work, it doesn't seem to indicate that managers during this time had a proper understanding about their employees and were seen as a burden to the organization. However, with Taylor's method to motivating employees began to prove less effective, different schools of thoughts emerged. Hence, a progress was seen in the field of human resources. So, now it is possible to see that scholars, practitioners, and organizations are seeing the increasing importance of human resources as stated through the work of Rikuxai in 2016. Resources in an organization needs to be managed, and there is no doubt about that. Organizations need to manage their resources if they are to be successful. So, it's not surprising that organizations have to manage their human resources. The people that organizations hire are an input from the environment the organization operates in. And it is important that these employees, that the organization hire brings in a range of skills with them which the company can utilize for the betterment of the organization. For instance, let's assume that there is into advertising has hired an individual to handle the routine work in the accounting department who happens to be resourceful when it comes to designing brochures. So, if the company decides that this individual is only needed for handling the daily activities in the accounting department, then there is a loss of opportunity for the company to use the skills of this employee. And also, it is likely that the employee is also going to be demotivated as he or she finds themselves doing something which they are not interested in. Now, this was just an example to highlight the importance of managing human resources. However, I believe as the viewer, you may have far greater questions to address with regards to human resource management, but it is out of the scope of this video and it will be discussed in another video in the future. Here are the sources of information which were used in developing this video. Should you have any concerns, please feel free to let me know. And thank you.